Road is clearly one of the best landing spots this chapter. Today, I'll show you several ways to prepare your landing spot if you want to claim Road. When you are choosing your landing spot, the most of you will use Fortnite.gg, so I'll do the same. We're going to talk about everything there is on the spot that we can find on Fortnite.gg before talking about what we can't find, and then we'll swap to Fortnite. So if we're watching what's inside our landing spot, there's 41 chests, there is 187 flow loots, there is 56 ammo boxes, 2 weapon automatic. If you needed to fight in the spawn, there is 5 little campfires after fighting, or if you have to rotate really late to tank a little bit on the zone. That's mainly gonna be useful for lonely labs, the Malibu gas split, and all the little splits around who needs to rotate through bastion. You also have one slurp truck there and around 46 slurp barrels. We also have 10 coolers and 8 safes. After a quick recap of the loot of the spawn, let's a bit deeper inside. You see here you can easily cut the spawn in half. The south part has 21 chests, while the north has 20 chests and 22 if you count this little tower. And something we didn't really talk about is the amount of safes that are on the spot. Safes are really good containers which provides a great amount of gold after you open it, which will allow you to reroll your perks if you're not satisfied with the current ones you have. There are 4 safes in both parts, 5 splashes in both parts, 5 coolers in both parts, approximately the same amount of slurp barrels, approximately the same number of chests. The number of flow loot is quite similar, and that's basically the same for the ammo boxes. So statistically, brutal bastion is actually fair to split. But the north part has something the south doesn't, which actually makes a little difference between both. The slurp truck. In all other aspects of the game we can't see on Fortnite.gg, like the mail where you can easily be capped there, the surge, the rotates, or the launch pads, they're quite fair. Yeah, you heard well, I talked about launch pad, which is indeed a huge plus for that landing spot to have fixed elements to rotate faster. The Fortnite map needed mobility, and this spot provides you some. There aren't any place in the spot which is actually broken to land to directly. But we can think the north is better with the mountains above to get a bit more surge, and the advantage of the slurp truck, which actually is not as strong as you could think. If we're watching again the number of barrels there are at bastion, I doubt we need the equivalent of 10 more barrels, which only gives shield. Compared to spots like Citadel, the flag isn't mandatory. Flag brings you good stuff but mainly heals and gold. However, you don't need gold or heal with old barrel, you have the equivalent of 400 HPs and 4 chests. For the gold, only in one part. What's more, the place of the flag being at the middle of the little courts doesn't help to get it. What I also really like about this landing spot, out of the amount of stuff or mail, which is actually really good, it's its position on the map. If you're landing on Brutal Bastion here, whatever you are on the south or on the north part, you can easily get your search a bit everywhere. First example, after loading your parts on Brutal Bastion, whatever is the north or the south, you have to rotate. And where can you rotate to get your search? You have several possibilities. Or you can go for this wall mountain there, where you can get a lot of search by the people on this tower or there. People on the lake will probably not be. You're probably going to have no one, and if the zone is the snowy biome, you might be able to get some search by this wall area there, with all the people from Envile Square, Slappy Shores, and all these wall parts of the map which are going to come, and you're gonna be able to get search there. If you don't want to go for a hill, or you don't really have the zone, you have to rotate. And how can you rotate after Brutal Bastion? Well, there's a lot of possibilities. But I will talk about it in another video if you're interested. Well, I guess I said everything I had to say about this spot. If that video helped you, don't hesitate to leave a like and tell me in comments which spot would you like I do next. Now, having said that, I wish you a good day and see you next week for the next video.